Cakap makcik comel lah.
Mama comel ya.
Siapa yang comel tu? Mama comel. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Okay, waalaikumsalam. How are you? Semua okay?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, good. How's the weather? Panas ke dah sejuk sikit? Dekat Gombak ni mendung. In Gombak now it's a little bit cloudy, so not that hot now. So better now. All right. What I plan to do today, of course, I will finish up the system of inequalities, and we are going to look at the linear programming problem. That means, based on the feasible region, we're going to have a optimization problem. That means, whether you want to maximize or minimize an objective function subject to those constraints. So that is what we call linear programming problem. So as usual, before we move on, is there any problem with the homework question that I give you last class? Did I give you any homework question? I did, right? Yeah, I give you a few. Okay, any problem with those? Okay. All right. Today, I will, my plan today is I want to go and review your name. Okay, yes, your name as in Zoom and classroom, and also in the class list. I want to make sure everything is in order. And then secondly, we will be grading the homework. Okay, the homework number 1, I will discuss the homework, and you grade your own homework, and then you resubmit to me. I will inform you later on. So there is a few. There are these few things that I would like to do today, because now this is our class number 8. So we are already in 1 month. We already finished 1 month. So by now, everything is stable already. That means there will be no people coming in. There are no, there will be no people coming in, but there are still people who can go out. You still can leave. Can withdraw, or if you want to do that. So it's quite stable. So it's time for me to discuss all those things. Okay, anything from last class? No. All right. Okay, good. I'm waiting for for the attendance to be a little bit up so that I can communicate to most people. If 20 people are missing still, when I say something, some people didn't hear it, didn't know it. So the same thing is repeated. So I wait for a few more people to come in. Let's see, if there is nobody coming in, then I will discuss regardless of people missing. Okay, so I will continue. Okay, I will continue first with the discussion, and then I will take a break. We discuss the things that I wanted to discuss. So let's go to the topic. I think where we stopped last time. Let me again. We did the system of inequalities. I think that's where we stopped. I give you. Did I give you a few questions to do for that part 4.1? I remember I give a few questions to the other section, but I didn't remember giving you any homework question. Did I give you or didn't? Yeah, did I give you any homework question?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So I don't have to assign you anymore. So 4.1, okay, we're done. So now let's move on to the 4.2. Now 4.2 is where you have the linear programming problem. So here we already have the inequalities. What we do now is to include an objective function. So you have an optimization problem. So that is what you call the linear programming problem. It's basically optimization problem. Just like oh, we don't have it yet. Okay, we don't have that. So this is our first optimization problem. So basically it's optimization. Now when you have optimization, that means we are going to maximize. Okay, maximize or minimize objective function and objective function subject to some constraints. So this is making use of inequalities. So that's why they're called linear programming, okay? Because it makes use of inequalities. So there are a few things I would like to focus on this problem here. Firstly, the objective is a function, and that is a linear function. Okay, the objective is a linear function, but the constraints, all right, the constraints, they are inequalities. So it is a system of inequalities. So here when I say inequalities, there are more than two, okay? So you have two or more inequalities, so it's like a system of inequalities. So you have a system of inequalities, they are the constraints, and then you want to maximize an objective function. So our objective here is you want to get the maximum point or the minimum point. The maximum point or the minimum point. Solve the problem, okay? That solve the optimization problem. So optimization problem. So we have the optimum point. So that maximum or minimum point, we simply call the optimum point because we optimize. So you have optimum point. Okay. When you say maximum or minimum point, it's the maximum minimum for the objective given the constraint. So when you say optimum, that means we understand already. Okay, are you here? I'm back. Internet. Pelik juga pagi ni. Kenapa pula? So I think I have to share screen again. Okay, can you see the thing?
The
correct.
optimization.
Yes.
Okay, boleh. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that is the problem. And how to solve the problem? Again here, in order to solve the problem, we are going to make use of the graphical method. All right. We build on, okay? We build on what we were already learning last week. So it's graphical method. And this is what the method is about. Number one, Okay, number one, of course, we set the problem, whether the problem is to maximize or minimize an objective function subject to some constraints. So firstly, the objective function will be linear. So it will be like ax plus by equal c. So that is the objective. Okay, it's a function. And then number two, you have the constraints. All right, the constraints which are inequalities. So what we do, firstly, we build on the inequalities. So from the constraints, which are a system of inequalities, we draw the inequalities, and then we identify the feasible region. So number two, of course, you identify the objective function first, and then you build on the constraints. All right. So this number two, we already know. The constraints are a system of inequalities. What we do, we just do what we were doing. Okay, you draw on the same graph, and then what we do, we identify the feasible region. Okay, we identify the feasible region because the solution, all right, the solution would be that feasible region. So given the objective, okay, so given the objective, we are going to have the solution as 1 point. Okay, 1 point. That means a single point. Call it x star, y star. All right. So you have a single point. Normally, you single point. Of course, sometimes you may have many points. All right. If you have many points, or sometimes there is no point. So this thing here, of course, is possible, but we don't worry about that. You know, we are not concerned about so many points or no point. Why? Because what is the purpose of us doing the problem if there are so many points? You know, you cannot solve the problem. So we are going to focus more on the problem that will give you a unique solution, or that means a single point. Okay. Now, how do you get that 1 point? The solution. So that you can call it the solution now. Okay. How do you get that solution? What you do here is the solution given the objective point would be one of the corner points. Okay. The solution would be one of the corner points. Okay. As you know, when you get the feasible region, there will be corner points. All right. Now, what is corner point? So now I have to, we have to discuss what is a corner point. Corner point is simply intersection of two, okay, two or more lines in the system. Two or more intersection between of two or more equations. Okay, equation that correspond to the inequalities. Of course, that equation correspond to the inequalities lah. That correspond to the inequalities of the system. You have a system of inequalities, but corresponding to each inequality, you have the equation. Okay, so that corner point is the intersection of two or more equations that come from the inequalities of the system. So you get a corner point. There may be more than one corner point. So that's why we say corner point. And the solution is one of the corner points. So what you do next is you list down the corner points. You identify the corner points, you list down the corner points, you determine the points, okay, the values of the x and y, and then we get the solution. All right. So let's see the corner point. I go back to the graph. Let's go back to the graph. Okay, here, go back to the graph. So corner point is intersection of two or more equations, all right, corresponding to the inequalities. So if I look at the system, all right, the system that I have here in this problem example, we go back to the one that consists of three equations. Okay, three equations. Number one is this line, the black line, and then you got the blue line, and then you got that straight line. So our feasible region is the triangle. Okay, now feasible region triangle. So corner points are intersecting point or intersecting point. Corner point is okay. Intersecting point or intersection of two or more inequalities. So if you look at that triangle, which is the feasible region, how many corner points are there?
Three, sir.
Three lah. Corner points, you know, normally the end point, okay, to the end. So you got one corner point here, intersection of the two lines. Here another one, corner point of, intersection of two lines. And here one more, intersection of two lines. So these are corner points. So you identify the corner points. There are three, so you list down the three. So let's go back to the discussion. So number 5, what did I say? Number 4. The solution is one of the corner point. Corner point is intersection of two or more equations in the system. And number 5, you list down. Of course, you identify first. Okay, identify and then list all the corner points. If the corner point is not like easy to determine, you have to determine list. And then in other words, you have to determine. All right, you have to solve. Okay? Determine means not just to estimate. You have to determine exactly. Determine all corner points. Okay, so determine all the corner points. We know already. That means determine the intersection of the two lines. That means you determine the solution of the system of equation. So that we know. Okay, after you have determined all the corner points, what we do now is you substitute. Okay, substitute the objective into the corner points, into each corner point. Okay, then you can identify the solution. Then you have one point, which is the solution, which we call X star, Y star. So basically, that's the method. Okay, so 90% of the things that we have here is the things that we already learned. Only 10% is new. All right. So you already know how to get the feasible region. You already know how to solve a system of equation, that is to find the corner points. And the only thing that you don't know yet, or maybe some of you already know, is this part. All right. Or probably number 5, to identify. Identify is very easy because we already know the feasible region. Okay. All right. So, any question about this? All right. So now, I believe there are more people here. Okay. So I take a break now. Okay. I take a break. I will go back to the things that I wanted you to do at the beginning of the semester. How you put your names, in the Zoom, in classroom, and how I want you to put your pictures, all right, in all those things. So first, let me go to the Zoom, all right. So when you have Zoom, your attendance, I can recognize your attendance as how you write your name, all right. And I told you you must write your name according to what? According to your names in the class list. Okay, so your name is in the class list is important, the order of your name. So that is what you write, okay, what you write for the Google Zoom. So for example, I show you here. Okay, I show you here. Right, now this is the Zoom attendance. So if you look at the names here, the first name is Nur Aimi, Nur Aimi. So what is more important? Okay, if your name consists of the 3 words here, Nur Aimi, that's your name in the classroom. So the most important part is your first name. All right, no. Second important is Aimi. So if there is no space to put that Yamna, all right, so you can leave that Yamna, because when I go to the list will go by your name NUR, and then your second name, because there are so many no, other no ID, no Amira. So that second name is important. Okay, if you don't have space, then leave the third name. Is that clear? Like what the student is doing lah, no I mean. And then your metric number is not that important for Zoom. Okay, but she put here, that's good. The more important one is the section number. Why? Because here you have more than one section. In this class, I have section 4, 5, 6. So everything is in one group, okay, Zoom. So I want to, you know, when I check attendance, I will identify by the group. So it's easier. Huh? So everybody should put their name and then the group, okay, your section and your metric number. I think there is enough space. But if your name is too long, then like I said earlier, put your first name, second name. If it is too big, then put half of your second name. Okay, is that clear? So I think most people are doing. Okay, you see here, Hazikah Jamal. Are you here? Hazikah Jamal, are you here?
Yes,
Hazikah?
sir.
Did you
I'm
hear
here.
what I said earlier in the semester? Huh? Or you didn't hear?
Yes.
Okay. If you
Yeah,
hear
I'm
me,
here.
no, if you hear me at the beginning of the semester, this thing doesn't happen. I told you, you know, when you put your name in Zoom, your first name, second name, and then section number, okay? And then your metric number, if you possible. You see, like this. You know, ini seko lagi. You know, dah cakap dah. I told you at the beginning of the semester already. Why you are so, I don't know, you know. I don't want to say something bad, you know, because everybody is intelligent enough. Understand English. If you don't understand English, I can speak Malay. You know, so this thing, I don't have to repeat myself, you know. Some people are just plain stubborn. I don't know what you are trying to show, you know. Of course, most of you are good, all right. I have here, see here, Fahmi, okay, Fahmi Nizam, section 4. So this is already good, correct? You have your name, section number. But if you put your metric number, it's okay too, but it's not necessary, all right? Okay, good. So your name, like here, Muhammad Fatih, this Muhammad must be your first name, okay, as per class list. So that is easy for me to check, all right? Okay, good. Any question about this? So I want to make myself clear because still there are people who, here, there is another guy. I do not know whether this is a woman or a man. This is another one, you know, put your section number. Or if you want to put your metric number like this, okay? So that I can check easily, all right? So if you have not, or if some people have not done, ni seorang lagi, kuliah ina, okay? So it's difficult on me lah. You know, when I will check attendance, I don't know what section you are. All right. So I don't know. You know, I told you already many times at the beginning of the semester. Ini tak tahu lah. So I want this to be corrected. All right. So if you are the people, and if some of you are not here today, you let your friend know. Okay, please remind your friend that if they don't put the name as, you know, like what we are supposed to do, please do the correction. Okay, all right. So that is Zoom. Second, I want to check attendance. So if you look at this column here, this attendance will give you the number of minutes that you come to the class. So like I said earlier, if you just want to come 7 minutes, better don't come lah. You know, macam ni Hazikah Jamal. You know, you come, dah lah section number tak ada. Come 7 minutes. Okay, and then this guy here, 1 minute. So if you do that, better don't come. All right, I told you earlier, if you come 1 minute, 2 minutes, you are cheating yourself. Okay, you don't cheat me. Okay, you cheat yourself. So better don't come at all. All right, so if you intend to come 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I repeat myself again, don't come. Okay, if you want to come, you see here, majority of you, of course, they are very good. Come full time, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 95 minutes, you know. And this is another guy here, 1 minute. So 1 minute, tak payah datang lah, menibuk dia buat benda. Buat penat je. Okay, 91, ni lagi seorang, low side, 1 minute. So 90, and this guy here, Anomadia, 50 minutes. So 50 minutes is not even half the time. Half lah, a little bit half. So at least better lah, you know, 50 minutes. This guy here, Ulfat Tasim here, 38 minutes. You know, if you come 38 minutes, I don't think that's enough. You know, 38 minutes, it's not enough. And some more, you know, some people are repeating. Okay, if you repeat the course, you don't maintain your behavior when you fail. Okay. Now I remind people who repeat. When you repeat, you don't continue with your attitude when you fail. Okay, you have to improve lah. You know, you have to work harder so that you can get through. Okay, if you become more lazy, problem lah. You know, so some people who take this course second time, you still have that attitude, problem. So you know, we must be doing better lah. You must be improving. Okay. Ini lagi seorang. 10 minutes. All right. 7 2 minutes. There are a few people, you know, coming in 50 minutes, 52 minutes, 20. Ini lagi tengok ni, 28 minutes. Okay. And this guy here. Okay. All right. Having said that, I understand. There are a few people have internet problem. So I can identify. For example, Izzat ni first come 28 minutes. And then you come here 13 minutes. If I see your name again here, you know, another 38 minutes. So maybe you have internet problem because, you know, you keep on going out or coming. So probably that is internet problem. Betul ke tu? Izzat, are you here? You have internet problem ke sengaja nak buat?
Internet, sir.
So if you keep on coming and then off on, I can say you have internet problem. All right, but if you come for 10 minutes and never come back again, so better, that means it's intentional. So better don't come. All right, because anyway, if you do that, I will include you as absent. Okay, all right. So I think for those people who plan again, you know, to come for 2-3 minutes, better change your mind. Okay, I want you to stay. Okay, stay the whole class, rather than you just take in 2 minutes, leave. What is the purpose? You know, what are you trying to do? You know, what are you trying to show? Okay, so if you want to come 2-3 minutes, I want you to come full time. Okay, don't leave. So because I don't want to be absent. All right, I don't want people to be absent because the class, even though I don't see you, you don't see me, is still important. Okay, the recording of course help, but like I said earlier, recording is complementary. You know, you don't ask for me to today class, after class, sir, recording. No, recording I will give you whenever I can. You know, I have other things to do. Okay, sometimes to upload the recording, it take 1 hour. Okay, so the recording is complement to your understanding. First thing is the class. Okay, it's not substitute. All right, the recording is not substitute for class. Okay, any question? All right, so that is regarding Zoom. Okay, the second part is regarding classroom. Now for classroom, it's about the same issue. We want to have your name, all right? When you submit your work in the classroom, you also put your name as per your class list. First name, second name, and then metric number. Section number is optional because your classroom is based on section already. All right. So I'll show you an example. Okay. Example, assignment number 1. This is group number 4, section 4. Of course, I don't have time to go through the other section. I just go through one example. So if you look at the first name, Afiq Danish. All right. So Afiq Danish is his name as per classroom. All right. So you do that, and then when I see his work, you put in the first page, okay, it's okay, I think I got it already. Your name, metric number, and then your group member, Azim Mustaqim. So both name here, okay, in the class list, in the assignment test, you put your full name lah, correct? And then the metric number. Section number optional because classroom we already break down into the classroom. Okay, all right. So it is easier for me to assign your marks because I have to assign your mark here. All right. So if you have this, then I can easily transfer this point into your class list according to your name. So if you just put your middle name only, okay, then difficult lah for me. Nak macam Ishraf ni. Is it Muhammad Ishraf or is it Ahmad Ishraf or just Ishraf? If it is just Ishraf, then that's fine. Okay, if you have your name Muhammad Ishraf, then your name is under M, so difficult for me to find. So Ishraf, are you here? Ishraf, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So Ishraf, you have a problem here. All right, you put your name here, Ishraf. When I put your marks, will be here. All right, so when I put your marks, I will just read this name. But your name is Muhammad Ishraf. Okay, so I show you your work. Okay, this is not to pinpoint error. Okay, this is I want to make the mistake being corrected. All right, so your name is Muhammad Ishraf. So what you do, in your classroom name, you put lah Muhammad Ishraf. If Muhammad Ishraf is too long, then you put MUH, MUH. So that I know it's MU. Okay, so I will look under MU. All right, MU, because here sometimes your name doesn't have your metric number. Can you put metric number sini tak? Tak boleh tak?
No, sir. I try to put it. Cannot.
So kalau tak boleh, that's why I need your full name. Okay, I need your first name so that I can go because I will order your names alphabetically. Okay, so that it will be easier lah because there is no metric number. So I will order your name in alphabet. So that means I need your first name. So example, I hope everybody is paying attention. All right, example Ishraf. Okay, so you put your name as per that thing, Muhammad Ishraf. All right, Muhammad Ishraf. So either you put MU ke, MUHD ke, tak apa. But MU tu must be there. Don't put MO. Okay, because the name is Mu, not Mo. All right. So your first name is good. All right, you put your name and then put your second name. If your name consists of 2 parts lah. Okay. So first name is very important. So like I said earlier, I repeat myself for the classroom. All right. Again, you have to have the classroom. So you make that correction, all right? So you have your first name, then your first name, and then your second name. I don't need your third name. So macam tadi Ishraf. So Ishraf, the most important your first name. So you put MU, H pun tak apa dah. Okay? Or you want to put name short form MUHD, Muhammad. They know it's Muhammad. Then Ishraf, if you don't want to put your full name Ishraf, at a space, then I SY. So I know it's Muhammad Ishraf. Okay. But if you put full name pun tak apa lah, because I think there is enough space. Okay, is that clear? All right. Any question on that one? So if you do that, if you will did some error on this thing, I hope you make the correction. Okay, make the correction with regard to your name, so that will be easier on me. So I think I just give you an example of one name. I don't have time, I don't have time to go through every name here. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Any question on that one? All right. Okay, good. So I think we already discussed the Zoom and then Classroom. I think that will be our main, and then WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp also put your real name lah. Ini letak nama Jack ke Mary ke, susah lah saya nak tahu siapa. Okay. Okay, and another thing, you put your picture. Okay, like most of your friends here have pictures, except a few people. Like here, my Syarah ni gambar benda ni. Okay, put your own face lah. Ni Fatin, put your picture so that at least I can see, I can see my students. Okay, right, put your picture. Just selfie sometimes, put the picture in. So that also applies to WhatsApp. All right, for WhatsApp, I still observe a few people still having cartoon, gambar pokok, gambar laut, So put your own picture. All right, please. I don't want to say this anymore. I think penat dah cakap. Dah minggu keempat, still nak kena cakap balik. Anak saya je 2 pun faham. Anak saya pula, cucu saya je 2 pun faham. Tak payah nak cakap banyak kali. Okay, alright. Any question? Okay, good. Okay, now I will spend a few minutes to discuss the homework. And so what I want you to do for the homework, I want you to go through your own homework and we will grade the homework together. All right. So you give points to your own. Okay. You give points to your own. I'll give you the guidance, but I will recheck. Okay. If you give too many points to yourself, I will deduct a few marks. If you give too low, if you think you deserve more, I will add a few more. Okay. So it's not that will be the final. I will go through. I will go through and make some adjustment. So this is what I would like you to do. I would like you to do this. We are going to do the checking together. All right, you check your own. Now, after that, you resubmit. Submit again with the mark. Okay, submit again with the points. Okay, with the marks. Now, when you resubmit, you just submit second, okay? Second submission. You don't take away the one that you submit earlier, because I want to make sure that you already have submitted, okay? And then you give me the exact same work with the marks. So it's about second submission. The first one, don't take out, okay? So second submit plus, okay? Plus the first one that was submitted earlier. So the first one, keep it. Okay, so I will see 2. I will see 2 homework. Then that means you already submitted with the mark. Okay, all right. Okay, another thing I want to say now. The deadline was 5 p.m. Okay, so I saw some people submit late. So if you give me late, it will not be graded. Okay, so late, not graded. So if you don't get your points, so check again. Maybe your submission is late, okay, after 5, will not be accepted. because I give you enough time. We have to learn, to live with the deadline. So if you are late, so please, next time, don't be late anymore. Okay, any question? All right. So do you have your homework now with you? Huh? Do you have your homework with you?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
All right. Okay, good. So I will show you the solution. Actually, I have written the solution. All right. So I will show you now. Okay. Question number 1. So the question number 1, you are given 2 points. All right. As per the question, x1, y1, 10, 2, and then x2, y2, 8, 7. So you want to find the linear function y equal to mx plus b. Firstly, you find m. Okay. So when you want to find m is equal to what? M is equal to delta y over delta x. For linear function, it's y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 equal to this thing. You show the work, answer negative 2.5. So this one, some students, all right, may leave your answer as 5 or negative 5 or 2. So that is already good enough. Or if you do it up to here, it's also okay. Okay, but I put it negative 2.5. But if you have negative 5.2, that is fine. Okay. Now, once you have the slope, you put that slope or substitute the slope into y, which is negative 2.5 into y. So what you have? I have y equal to negative 2.5x plus b. So lastly, you want to find b. What we do? Substitute. All right. Here I do x1, y1 equal to 10, 2 into y. So what I get will be by the substitution, I got boom, boom, boom. B equal to 27. Okay, am I right or am I wrong? If you think that I'm wrong, let me know, okay? Because I just like a student like you, doing the question. So I got the function negative 2.5x plus 27. So some of you may use x2, y2. Oh, okay, okay, but I use only the x1, y1. If you use x2, y2, you should also get 27. Okay, all right, so that is question number 1. Now the point will be like this. If you put in the x1, y1, or here label the x1, y1, that is 1 point. But A, to get the M, now when you get the M, make sure everybody has at least benda ni. Okay, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Actually, if you have this thing, is the best lah. But actually, you must have this. If boom, tu dapat macam ni. No point. Okay, so here 2 points. If you skip this thing here, jangan letak the point. Bagi 1 point je lah. Because full point is 2. Give 1 point. So for the B, again here, you have the substitution, and then you got the B, and then you got the thing, 2 points. All right? Any step that you miss here, okay, or you can go backward. Any step that you miss, A and B, that means 4 points, you deduct lah. 1 point ke 1 point, okay? All right. You deduct 1 point ke half point, it's up to you. Afterwards, anyway, I will check again. All right. So remember, when I told you, when you do this work, better to show me more steps than less steps, because you are not running away. Take your time doing the work. Okay. All right. So any question about this? All right. Good.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I want to ask, if I did the second one I did according to the example in the textbook, it's quite different, but the answer is still the same. Is it also counted?
Is it in the book or it's not in the book?
It's in the book.
If the method is in the book, okay lah. Okay.
Yeah.
But if the method is not in the book, then you are using a different method. So that method we don't learn here, you don't learn the method that we are doing. So that method, so I think it's not relevant. It does not apply. Okay. But if the method is in the book, then okay. Okay. But we should just use the method here. I think the method in the book is this method. I didn't see what method is that in the book. Method apa? Okay. Any other things? Tak apa. If the method is in the book, that's fine. All right. As long as we get the same solution. Okay. Any other things? Okay. Good. All right. Now, question number 2. Question number 2, you want to find a few things. Okay. So I put here A, B, C. Now, A, you want to find revenue. Now, revenue, as we know, is given by PX. Revenue is equal to P multiplied by X, the price multiplied by the quantity, which is X. So given P equal to 50, therefore, revenue is 50. So if part A, all right, you got right, 1 point. So for part A, you must have this thing, and then here, all right? So 1 point, because it's just direct substitution. Okay, all right. Now for part B, you want to determine the linear cost function, C equal to mx plus B, which is equal to, in economics, variable cost plus fixed cost. Sometimes you are given the fixed cost, all right? You want to find the variable cost. But again, they boil down to this form, okay? Boil down to that form. So if you look at this question, you are given 2 points. So label the points x1, y1, x1, y1. That means x1, c1, because we have the cost function in terms of x, x2, c2. So I give 100 for all this thing. And then firstly, just like the question number 1, you want to find m is delta c over delta x, c2 minus c1, x2 minus x1. You got the difference here. And then I have the ratio of the difference. The answer is 18. Is that right? 18? Everybody, most people got 18? Okay, betul?
Yes.
All right. Okay, having said that, if you label this the other way, okay, that's fine. You can also say x1, y1, ni point number 2 ni. Okay, so it doesn't matter because it's up to you. You can put x1, c1 as the 250, 7060. That's okay. Okay, you can also do that. You will get same thing. Okay, so if there are people who do x1, y1 as the other point, everything consistent, you will get the same answer. Okay, all right. So that is part B. So part A, 1 point. Part B, given to find the slope, 2 points. All right. Of course, you are given the 2 points, and then you get the slope, 2 points. And then when you do the B, okay, so you got that B, substitute again m equal to 18 into the cost function, you have y. So here shouldn't be y, that should be c. I make the correction, but you don't make correction. If you got it wrong, make it wrong. So that is C. So don't make correction, okay? If you want to make correction, you grade yourself based on what you were writing originally. The correction is good, okay? You make the correction, that's good. But the marks should be given as per your work. So that would be B, substitute, you got into the Y, then you will get the cost function. So to get that cost function by substitution, I give, that is another 2 points. All right. So I got the cost function equal to substitute, and then you got cost function equal to 18x plus 250. Okay. So that would be another 2 points. Okay. So 2 points will be up to here lah. All right. Here 2 points. Okay. All right. Sekejap lagi ke? Oh, iyalah malam tadi mengantuk tidur. Okay, part C. Part C I didn't do that. So part C, okay, part C will be the break even. All right. So you want to find the break even point. So I just write here, find the break-even point. So first, I need the profit. Okay, as we know, profit is equal to R minus C. So for break-even, that equal to 0 for break-even. So that is the condition. All right. So the condition you must have. First, you need to find, of course, the profit. And profit is equal to, by substitution, you got 50x, okay, minus the cost, which is 18x plus 2560. You subtract, then we will get 32x minus 2560. So set that to 0 or break even, okay, because I already said it earlier. So that means I got 32x minus 2560 equals 0. So x equal to 2560 over 32. That is equal to 80. Okay, betul ke tak betul ni? Okay. Semua dapat kan? Betul. So, we can say to break even, okay, to break even, you have to sell. Okay, you have to sell 80 pairs or 80 units of sweatshirts, of the sweatshirts. Okay, so this part here, for that condition, the break even, ini 1 point. Okay, that's 1 point. Because the condition is important. Okay, that break even 1 point. You get the profit and get the X would be 3 marks. And then the conclusion, 1 mark. Because if you stop here, all right, that means you only have 4 marks. You have to have that conclusion because you have to describe. Okay, application, we have to describe. So total marks for the question number 2 is 10 marks. So total 1 and 2, 15. So total marks will be 15. So you give yourself the points. Now, when you do give the points, please give your points according to the question. All right? According to the question, you sum the points. I want you to write down your total points on the top, not at the end. Okay? On the top, beside your name. So here you put your marks. Say you get 12, so you put 12. Buat bulat. Okay? Buat besar sikit lah, write bigger. So you write bigger so that I can see clearly. You put the marks, put the circle so that I know that is your mark. I will go through, okay? I will go through. If you deserve more than 12, I add maybe 13 or 14. But if you deserve less, then maybe I deduct 1 or 2 marks, correct? So you give your marks and then I will just go through for that, easier on me. Okay. All right, good. So you resubmit what you do. Now, if you don't submit the first time, you don't have to resubmit. Okay. Because this thing is only for those people who submit on time. All right. If you don't submit your homework on Saturday, 5 p.m., you do the grading here. Okay, just for your consumption. All right. But if you submit late, you can resubmit. Okay, you can resubmit. I want to see how you check yourself. But if you are late, it will not be graded. I mean, you will not be assigned the points. Okay, all right, good. So that is homework number 1. So we are done. So
Sir, ask if I use the break even using R equal to C, still got mark, right?
Boleh lah.
I use another method.
Yeah, R equal to C, okay. Okay, R equal to C, okay. So if you use R to C, because like I said earlier, you can either use R minus C equal to 0, P equal to 0, R minus C equal to 0, right? Or you can use P equal to 0, that means R equal to C. okay also. Okay. But for that first part, you need that 1 point. Okay, that 1 point for the break even. That means that thing equal to 0. That's 1 mark. Either you put P equal to R minus C equal to 0, therefore R equal to C. Okay. Okay. So you do this second part, you put R equal to C for break even. That's okay. Okay. R equal to C, then we will end up with the same thing. Okay. All right. Any other question? So you resubmit this today. Okay. Please do it by today. Again, because I know you have, maybe you have classes. So please try to do this by 5 p.m. also. By 6 p.m. Okay. Try to resubmit by 6 p.m. But if your resubmission date, okay lah, because you already have the work given to me. The resubmission is only for the mark. So 6 p.m. If you late a little bit, okay, no problem. All right? Okay. Okay, so 6 p.m. today though, bukan 6 p.m. tomorrow. Kalau boleh lah. Okay, kalau you hantar tonight pun boleh juga. Alright, okay. Anything else? Alright, so that is the homework. So let's continue with our discussion. Because today, okay, my plan is, I want to make everything clear. Alright, with regard to the basic policy for the Zoom, for the WhatsApp, for classroom, because we already having the semester for 1 month. All right, so this is the time for us to finalize things. So I hope everything will be clear, and every error that we already make, make the correction. Okay, please make the correction. All right, so let's continue where we left. So I think we are done with the method. All right, with the method. So the method is already being set out. So let's do this by an example. So let's consider an example. So example, I will give you an example. All right. So suppose this example that I have, I want to maximize. Okay, maximize an objective. Function. Or, maybe it's the objective function, say ax plus by equal to c, all right? But if you look at this type of problem, sometimes they put the constant, all right, on the left. So they use z equal to something. But we will maintain as ax plus by equal to the c, all right? So let's say 3x plus 5y. If you look at the book, they say equal to f, okay? So I can write equal to, say, c. Constraint c. We can use c. Boleh lah pakai c lah. So that will be consistent with the ax plus by equal to c. All right, equal to c. The book use f. Okay, maximize the objective function that form subject to the following constraints. Say 4x plus y bigger or equal to 20, and then 2x plus 3y less equal to 40. Oh, ada lagi satu. Ada lagi satu. So, tak apa, kita letak 3 supaya kita buat betul-betul. This thing here, I have 4x minus 7y less or equal to 48. All right. Okay, good. We don't put the x bigger or equal to 0 or y bigger or equal to 0. Okay, because we reserve that for application. So for now, we only have these 3 constraints. Okay, all right. So what we do is we go by the method. So number 1, we start with what we know already. So we know it's what? It's the system of equation here. So you can call it 1, you can call it 2, you can call it 3. So you have a system of inequalities. Okay? You have a system of inequalities. From there, you draw the graph. All right? Get the intercept, you get the equation, you draw the graph. And then get me the feasible region. Okay, I want you to do it now. All right, we'll spend 10 minutes. I will also do, okay? Because I want to check my equation, whether this is, there is a feasible region or not. So you do, I do, and see whether we have a feasible region or not. Okay, do it now. By now, we can do it quickly. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, nampak tu? Nampak tak yang bawah? Tu dah. 7y, okay? 4x minus 7y less or equal to 48.
Sir,
Ya,
Sir, kita guna test point 00 ke?
Yeah, same
Oh,
test
okay.
point. But for this one, you know, since we are doing the what do you call it? The system, okay, just like what we were doing earlier. Just test point, use 00, easy. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. So by now, I think you have the, what you call it, the corner points, not the corner points, the y-intercept, x-intercept for all the equations. So for number one, okay, show the work, all right? You show the work, but I just give you the points. You have, you check, all right, whether I got this correct or not. X-intercept 5, 0, y-intercept 0, 20, betul? Okay, 0, 20. So that is for number one. And then for the number two, you have 25, 0, and then the y-intercept 0, 16.67. So that is for number two. And then for the number three, you have the x-intercept 12, 0, and then the y-intercept 0, 6.86. Okay, everybody got it? Okay, check.
Yes, sir.
If you have a different point, so you check again where you make your mistake. So get the work correct. So for each equation, so you write down each equation and then get the x-intercept, y-intercept. Okay, all right. So now we draw the graph. Have you drawn the graph? If you have not drawn the graph, we draw together. Okay, I will draw the graph now because we need to finish this out. So you draw the graph. If you look at the example here, most of the points are positive. Okay, you don't have a negative intercept. So we can make the graph larger. Okay, you can put the intercept up there. X, Y. Okay. What scale do you use? 5 ke 5? 10? I think you can use
5, sir.
5. Boleh lah 5. Okay. So you 5 because the highest value of the X is 25. The highest value for the Y is about 20. So boleh lah use 5. Or you use 10. So let us use 5. So kalau 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. Similarly for the X, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I think that's good enough. Or you can, so just add -5 here, -5 over there. Okay. All right. So now you locate the corner points for each, not corner points, I'm sorry, the intercepts for each of the equation. So first one you have 0, 25, 0 be somewhere with that point. And then, no, that is not right. That is for the other one. Salah. For the first one, 5, 0, 1, 5, 0, 0, 20. Today. Okay. So you connect the points. Cantik saya buat. Okay. Now this one bigger than, right? If you test 0, 0 here, that 0, 0 will be less than 20. So therefore, will be the other side. So for that equation, or the first inequality will be the right side, or above the line. Okay. All right. So just put 1. Okay. Or we put the exact equation, 4x plus y equal 20. And then that is the inequality. Okay. So that inequality is 4x plus y bigger or equal to 20. So that's number 1. Okay. Everybody got it? Okay. Number 2. I have the points 25, 0. Okay, that's 1 point. And then 0, 16.67 will be somewhere here. Somewhere there. You connect the points. Oh, cantik lah ini saya buat. So that's the equation 2x plus 3y equal 50. So now what you want? Less than. Okay? Less than. You take the point 0, 0 again. 0, 0 means 0 is less than 20. No, less than 50. So where is the inequality? Up or below?
Below.
Below lah. Okay. So again, you test 0, 0 je. Tak payah nak buat benda-benda nyusah kan. Buat 0, 0 je test point. So that is your inequality. Able juga. Okay. So this is 2x plus 3y less or equal to 50. So that's why you need to draw a bigger, because you can write the inequality. If you write too small, everything crowded, you cannot recognize anything. So the third inequality, I draw in blue. You have the intercept, x-intercept is 12, 0, be somewhere here. Y-intercept is 0, 6.86, 6.86. 6.86. Huh?
I got negative 6.86 for the y-intercept.
Yeah, you're right. Because that is a negative equation. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so if you observe that this is the negative here. So my mistake was when I put the knee, I didn't consider that negative sign. So that's a careless mistake, you know. So we should put that negative sign. So sini should be negative, kan? Is that right? Negative 6.8.
Yes.
Betul ya? So negative 6.86. Thank you. So you have a negative 6.86 itu. So the point now becomes 12, 0. Okay, 12, 0, which is what I have there. So nasib baik sempat cukup cukup untuk tambah ke bawah. So negative 10, you have negative 6.0 somewhere here. So I use that blue line. So somewhere here. Okay. All right. Good. So that's the line. Miss. Okay. Miss. Tak apalah. Saya kalau padam nanti habis. Habis berkecamuk habis tu. So I write the equation. This is number 3. This is 4x minus 7y equal to 48. Betul? 48 lah. So we want what? Less than or bigger than tadi?
Less than.
Less than. So you take a point 0, 0, and you'll see that point 0, 0 is 0 less than 48. So where is the inequality? Top or down? Up or above? Up or below?
Below.
Mana pula below? Mana pula below? Buat balik. You take a test point 0, 0, kan? 0, 0, you got 0. Now, is 0 less than 48?
Yes, 0 is less than 48.
So where is our inequality? Up or down?
Up.
Up. Okay. So up. So that's why you need the test point, you know, because it's not always less than will be below. You see, if you just use that principle, less than, below, bigger than, up, that is not right all the time. Okay, so that's why you need the test point, so that we exactly know, okay, that inequality. Because the one that is below will be bigger than, okay, the one that is up there is less than, because you have a negative sign here, right? So that is the system of inequalities. Everybody got it? So that 4x minus 7y less or equal to 48. Betul ke tak betul ni? Check again. Check balik, especially the inequality number 3. Betul ke up ke sepatutnya below ke? Up kan?
Yes, up.
Okay, up. Alright. So here, as you can see, what is the feasible region? Or where is the feasible region? The feasible region is the triangle, okay, bounded by that point. Now I go back to that. Okay, siapa yang buat sound? Please mute dah. Yang sound bising. So that point A, that point. So, siapa bising tu? Can you turn off your sound? Can you mute your volume? Alright. So the feasible region is this area. Kita shade lagi, okay? So that will be recognizable. So that will be distinctive. So you have, you know, that is the feasible region. So I shade it black and I shade it crisscross. Okay? So that is your feasible region. So up to here, we already know how to do. All right? The only new thing is what? The corner points. So now the corner point, like I said earlier, is the intersection of two equations of the system or more. All right? So what are they? So there will be three points. 1, 2, 3. Or you can label whatever you want, you know, either way, it doesn't matter. So let's say I put here this point, I label A, I label this point B, I label that point C. So now you have 3 corner points. All right? You have 3 corner points. So next thing to do is you have to determine the corner points. Because by the graph, all right? By the graph, sometimes the scale, due to the scaling, due to our drawing, what you get, the point may not be exact. So you have to determine, all right? Determine A, B, C. That means you determine. The only point, okay, the only point where you can observe nicely, if, okay, let's say if you have the corner point, see now, okay, katakan that point 20. So corner point ni, this is kata line 1, that is the intersecting point, the y-axis, and that 20. Yang ni tak payah find lah. Ini you can say that is 0, 20. Because it's exact from the drawing. Okay, yeah, this one, you tak payah find, you tak payah determine. You only, you get it here from the graph. Okay, so the other than those points, okay, the points on the y-axis ni, or the points intersection on the x-axis, you can get right away from the graph. Other than that, you have to determine. So the point A, B, C, you have to determine by using the system of linear equations, which we already learned, okay, previous topic. So if you go back to the graph, okay, I label A, B, C. You can label A here, B, C, doesn't matter, all right? It's up to you. You label which way you want, because the points will be the same. So you have to find point A. Now, how do you find point A? Point A is the intersection between what equation? 4x plus y equal to 20. Equation number 1. And what? And equation number 3. 2x plus 3y equal to 50. So that is why it's important that you label the line, so that when you find the intersecting point, you know which equation you are dealing with. If you don't, then you kelam kabut. You know, pergi cari balik equation mana satu. So in that process, you may commit an error. So label, okay? When you draw the equation, label. It's not difficult to label, just write it down. Okay. Now, how do you get the point C? Point C is the intersection between this line, 2x plus 3y equal 50, and what? And 4x minus 7y equal to 48. All right? And you get to find point B as well. So you determine A, B, C. Today is Wednesday. Okay. That's your homework. Determine A, B, C. All right. And then, okay, this is what you do next. You substitute. Okay. You table it. If you are not sure how to table, you look at the book. They draw the table. You table the values, and then you substitute. Okay. Substitute each of the A, B, C into the objective, which is apa benda tadi saya pun dah lupa lah. 3x plus 5y equal to C. Substitute ni, you will get the different value of that C. Okay, this C here is the corner point. This C here is the constant. So you put A sini kan, you get a different C. You put B, you get a different C. You put C, you get a different value of that constant. So from there, you know what is the maximum. Because our problem is maximum. If our problem is to minimize, then you will get the maximum or minimum from that point. Okay? So I want you to try to do this. If you're not sure, you read the book. They have the method. On Monday next week, I will continue from there. Okay. Cukup lah tu satu homework question. Tapi tak apa juga, since a long weekend. So I give you a few questions, for your practice, rather than we just stop there. So go to 4.2. All right, go to 4.2. I give you only 2 questions. Okay, number 10, number 12. Okay, one more before we leave. 4.1. Did I give you the application problem? 4.1. Did I give you the application problem? I just give you the thing yang equation, the concept. Did I give you 4.1? Did I give you application ke tak ada?
Ada satu.
Dah bagi kan? Oh, satu soalan berapa? Application? 27 eh?
27.
Okay, so you add a few more, alright? So 4.1, I give you already 27. I would like you to do 31 and then 32. Okay, buat dua lagi. So banyak hari ni cuti. Okay, banyak hari cuti. Banyak hari sampai Monday tu ada berapa hari lama cuti. Sampai lupa dah kelas. Alright, so buat benda ni, practice. Kalau apa tak apa, if you have any problem, you can ask your friend or you can put in WhatsApp. Alright? So WhatsApp tu, your friend can respond, or if nobody respond, I will respond. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Good. So have a nice weekend. Take care of yourself. I will see you again next week. Okay. Any other things? Tada. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Alright,
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.